Okay, here's a chassis with both dials on it, and restrung. Boy, that was an effort. It's a tussle, let me tell you. I mean, the diagram isn't even, well, it's close, but it's not a banana. It wasn't too bad though. I mean, really. Yeah, my neighbors out there, a bunch of kids with their little hot rods, thinking they're all bad. Okay, well, yeah, that was me about 60 years ago. Show the back here. You see, well, I don't know where to start. This drum is only for this dial, and this here is what Philco is calling normal tuning, because it's broadcast in shortwave. The band spread, they call it band spread tuning. Yeah, go figure. So anyway, this drum comes out, goes down, goes around that thing. That little hub on the back end of this pin that I broke off and everything, well, that little groove is for the dial string. Now you need a 0.08 dial string. You ain't gonna do it. You might be able to do it with a 1mm. I don't know, but it'd be a abrasive, let's put it that way, in that groove on this piece of metal here, the pot metal. So it goes down there and goes through that groove and comes back up and goes over this way. Now let's see if I can see which one it is. It goes into that first one on the front, that wheel, and it goes that way. Comes up, goes over here, comes over to this wheel, goes down, goes onto the back wheel, and goes back towards the drum, and comes up and around and goes back into there, and where the spring is sprung. And that takes care of the normal tuning side. This other side, it was a squeaker. Let me see if I can find my, oh, there it is. Hey. This one here, it starts out with a short cord and a long cord. Yeah, they use two different cords on this one. I really hate it whenever they do that. But the short cord comes out, goes up, goes to the spring. The spring then hooks the other side, comes down, comes around this thing, goes back up, around the back side, or the back wheel, comes around here, goes to the back wheel, and then goes counterclockwise on the tuning shaft for 9.5 turns. So that was fun. I had to do, let me see if I can turn this thing so we can get a look at it. Alright, so this back one is the 9.5 turns, I believe. Yes, it's the back one. Is the 9.5 turns. It goes in there, goes around that tuning shaft counterclockwise over the top for 9.5 turns. There's a little cotter pin that the little loop slides onto, and there's two holes in the shaft for that cotter pin, one for the front and one for the back. So This comes up, goes on that wheel, goes across to that wheel, goes down to that wheel, comes back, comes around this wheel, goes up, where right here, just right as it goes over the top, it encounters the loop for the spring, has sprung. And then there is the continuation after the spring on the short cord. It goes with, I went a turn and a half, thereabouts, and cotter pin through the shaft, pulling the shaft. And lo and behold, I mean, it works. It's, for somebody who doesn't like stringing, yeah, it's a major challenge. But I haven't run across one yet I couldn't figure out. Even I do have dial restring diagrams and everything, but generally whenever you need one, you don't have it in the book. I don't know, it's one of them phantoms. But anyway, we got it restrung, we got the dials up, we got the lamps on it. One lamp was burnt out, one of them, phono lamp. It could have been any of the other ones, but, and all the rest of them are originals. Now, I used to know what the, I used to have information on the colored beads. Those little beads in there, those blue beads, they mean something. But maybe somebody can chime in and pick up the slack from where I left off. There are, I think, pink beads, blue beads, red beads, yellow beads. I don't know. There's quite a few different kinds of colored beads, and they mean something. So anyway, all the lamps are working except for that one. It was burnt out. I don't know why in the hell it would burn out. Maybe they used it for phono input more than they used anything else. So anyway, that is that. So let me show you here. This is on the switching shaft, and we will put this over here on the band spread shaft. Now, this takes, remember what I said about those little nubbies on the shaft there? Well, this here, you can see just how much I'm turning it and how much it moves. I mean, it's, you'll go through a lot of, probably about 10 or so turns or something like that to get it up and down. Okay, so there's that. You can see that spring go back and forth, back and forth. Anyway, so we got those, and we got the needles indexed, because we're going to do an alignment on this thing after I do a checkout, and the tubes. Now, let's move this thing over here, and what we'll do is turn this one for this shaft. You see how quick that's turning? That's going up and coming down. Now you go to the little one. You see how many times I'm turning it for it to move? So anyway, there's thems. So what I was doing was I was getting it set up so that I can check out these lamps and see what they're going to do for the dial panel, the dial glass. And I got it on the dim bulbs, and no demand. I don't have any tubes in it at all I'm going to do is check the 6-volt thing. So let me shut this lamp down. These terrorists. And I got the thing on here. Let's turn those off so you don't get no glares. And what I'm going to do is turn it on. Let me get this back over here to the switching shaft. I'm going to plug this in so I don't put any kind of a stress on anything. Okay. We got that one, that one, that one. We got that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and one more will give you the phono. So, it doesn't give too much, you know, you do get a little telltale right here from the other lamp next to it. And right there you get even a little bit more telltale in there. And that one there, see, you get it on both sides. What I am going to do, let me turn that off while I bull pucky. What I'm planning on proposing to do is all these little pieces of aluminum here I've cut out and polished the ends, one end. If you're familiar with the Zeniths, like the 527 and some of the speedometer dial, like 633s, the dial lamps have a shield on them. Well, whenever I get these things bent up, they're going to go on these things, and what they're going to do is they're going to shroud the lamp and let the light go straight down. That's the reason why I polished up the end where the filament is. So I'm going to go ahead and bend these up and get them on. Then we're going to take a break, go in with Doggy and cool down, and we're going to try this out and see how much of an improvement, if any, that it's going to make. So stand by.